Hello everybody, welcome to Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This one we're going to be covering the Water Temple. I had a problem with my save. I must have overwritten the save part of the way through the dungeon or something. But either way, I can show you how to get all of the puzzles and get all of these waterworks moving so that you can progress on to the boss. We're going to start going by anti-clockwise. Wow. Can't speak properly sometimes. I do apologise. This will be a full walkthrough though, so don't worry too much. Now down here, there will be fire coming down the roof, which makes it more difficult to get in there. The way to get through is to... where is he? Grab Sidon, get his ability, and you'll be able to just walk straight through the fire. It's not even going to be an issue. With that done then, you're now going to be faced with having a bauble on the opposite side of the room. And you'll have a few bits and pieces that you can do. See this switch? You'll need to use one of the levitating platforms to push that down. So if you just grab this and then switch it off, that will be heavy enough to push this down and that'll stop the fire. With that done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring it over this way so that we've got 3 platforms to play with as we are heading out this way. Now, it's a bit weird when you're coming out here for the first time. I mean, you probably noticed on the way, but gravity is doing something a little bit strange all over this temple. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use some of these platforms to reach the chest above us first. So we want to get as close as we can with this one. That'll be close enough. We're going to want to make this into like a stepping stone. Like this. And bring this down. Throw this over the other end. We're going to want this to be close enough. Get down there and also be jumped back up onto. Now there's lots of ways to get through here. I ended up using a lot of recall on my first time through. I'm not entirely sure if that's what people would want to do for this, but you can see this is going to be here now. If you need to get up there and grab that, bring that down, you can get the chest. Shouldn't be too difficult. And then what we can do is go ahead and attach this to any of the platforms that you want to use. I'm just going to use that one that's above us right now. My battery's really going to have some problems in a second. Let's just wait for this to have its effect. Just have that recharge, shall we? Okay, so you can wait for the battery if you want to, or you can play dicey. I'm just going to go across the spikes. You can. It's really not that much of an issue. Oops. Pressed backwards there. It's quite funny, I'm just pressing the wrong buttons by accident there. Either way, we can get to the other side. Bring this on over. Now just to make this a bit quicker, all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up. Bring it down. Lift this up. Bring it down. I'm going to do a total of 3 times. That's going to give me plenty of attempts. Should get up there on the first one, and then I'll have 2 times to grab it and get it up to the top. So we're going to want to recall this. Go to the top. Turn around. Fully grab out. Grab it. You do want this to still be attached to the platform here. To get it to stay in the switch, you'll need to switch it on. And then just push it into holder over here. Like that. And that will obviously make it a bit tighter than that. And that'll open this up. To activate these, much like any of the temples, you use the relevant hero's power on it to have that activated. All done. Next up then, we're going to be making our way back up to the top area. And then want to go across this broken bridge. So up this way we've got loot up there, and we got the path of progression, which is up there. We're going to get the loot afterwards in a second, and ordinarily you'll have an orb floating around in the water down here. Where is it? Thought it was still down here. It's not. All you'll need to do is grab the orb with your ultra hand. You'll come over to these bubbles here that are being spat out and just hold it in front of it, and the orb should go straight into the bubble as soon as it comes out. Don't worry if you don't get into the same bubble. These do last long enough to get it into a pool of water that is up at the top, and then we can jump into one ourselves. Once you're up here then, the next thing that we want to do is move one of these over towards this guillotine-shaped water device. And I want to put it in between these, as you can see here. Once that's done, you want to lift this up. You want to be pretty quick because this is going to be draining your battery, and attach it up to the top. That's going to bring the water down. Then all you need to do to get to the next one is place the orb into the holder just here. And then that'll allow you to use Sidon's power on there to do the exact same thing again. Obviously I've already done it, so probably don't need to show that. And then to get to the other one, a real good idea is going to be to have the Zora armor on, which I already should have equipped. Realistically, you should have that to come up here, so everybody should have this. Then if you jump in here, get to the top. That's going to give you all the lift you need. Get on over to the chest. And to be honest, it's probably enough to get to the other side, now that I think about it. There we are. This probably means that we are now up to where my save kind of failed on me. Get Zora shield. Yes, that's still blocked. That's good. So now we come back over. That probably is high enough to get you probably all the way over there if you didn't care about the Zora shield, which honestly isn't like the worst shield. So if you don't have the Hylian shield already, maybe that's pretty good. So here then, the idea is to clear that mud off of the mouth of there. Right, straight over. Let me try again. Excuse me. Now, if for some reason you don't have splash fruit with you, number one, you're going to struggle because the next puzzle is going to need one, or the second next puzzle. And you can climb up over there, which is how I got up the first time because I didn't see the sludge. So you can climb up to the top of that stuff and then just climb on, fly on over if you really need to. That's all good. That done? Gonna head on up the water. And at this point, there's a chest here. I suppose I might as well show the contents. It's just some arrows. And then we can come on over for this orb over here. It doesn't really matter how long it's been waiting for you. Just go ahead and put recoil on it and jump in. It's going to take us up to the next part, which is pretty quick, actually. Once it reaches the top, we're going to dash forward. Get on out. At this point, then, we want to turn this into a water mill. If you haven't done this in one of the shrines before, there are some shrines where we do this. Just go ahead, you want to just attach the I don't know what you want to call those, the flat parts on, like so, on opposite sides. I guess you call them fins on a water wheel. I don't really know. Just have that go into the water. It doesn't really matter. Should have enough momentum once it goes in. Come on. There we are. That's going to power this. And the next thing we need to do is get Ultra Hand on. Grab one of these bubbles that's going to come out of here. And we're going to use this to pass the electricity on and complete the circuit. And then we can use Sidon again. Activate that.
One more, Link.
Okay, so for the last one, it seemed to me like we can go into those bubbles over there so that we can move over to the next bit, but I reckon we may well be faster. Excuse me. Stop. I want you to stop. It seems to me like it may well be faster if we can get up the water. Yeah, here we go. And then just fly on over. Now, if we can get all the way to that chest right now, that is actually where we need to be. So, that is what I'm going to aim for. Looks like this point here is going to be the perfect landing perch. This. And I'm going to jump over again. So, this chest here is a key position to be in. I'm going to show you in a second. Now, the more stamina you have at this point, the easier this puzzle is going to be. What we need to do is we need to jump, activate our slow-mo, and we're going to put some splash fruit on. When the opening comes round in a second, we're going to let go and we're going to clean off all of the sludge in there. So now should do. And we still need to go in again. Does that clean it off? I think I did clean it off. Because we now need to hit, you saw there, the little pillar in there? We now need to hit that. So, wait for it all to go round again. Should do. It's going to drain the water and open this up. Obviously got a few enemies down here, so we'll take care of those. Got another one over there. Now you are probably going to want to take these out because there is a loot chest under here. It's not essential, it's an opal, but I feel like people want it. Side on. Come on, really? They're a flipping jelly. Come here. Supposed to be saving your people, my guy. Activate the watermill.
You did it, Link. Okay, they're all filled up.
Cool. So before you leave, you want all of the loot, indeed. Opal in there. And then we can head on back to the switch to begin the boss fight, which is where this episode's going to end, because obviously the boss guide will follow this video. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one.